Hey, hey. Well, actually, I was not gonna do more lives today, but I'm doing one more. I'm gonna have this one here in English. Okay, it's 3 a.m. here, and it's an Icelandic person talking. I'm just kidding. Sorry. So yeah, my name is Heida. My name is not Linda. It's just a name that I choose sometimes. I don't prefer to use my own name anyway, but my name is Heida, okay? So, uh, I'm not like a very active caster, not on here. And the first uh, sorry, live that I did, and I did it today, is just to talk about basically solar flares and the big solar flares that we're waiting for. Who's watching? I wish I could see. Anyway, because I see one person just popped on. Okay, and someone left. And well, the talk about this aurora borealis, I can't even say that word, was like, is unbelievably much today and yesterday, but particularly today. And I know why that is. It's because we are expecting, well, we people who are in the know about the solar flares, we are very excited about that because we know it's like lifting us up. It's giving us ascension symptoms, and we are also waiting for the big solar flash. And for people that I watch like on daily basis now who are talking about solar flash and so on, they are pretty sure that the big solar flash is imminent. And like I said in my previous live today that I had in Iceland, I have to say I do agree on that I do think it's imminent. I do think for the ones who are awake and we know who the whiteheads are and so on, um, I do think, once the martial law will happen and the time that we have to go inside and stay there for like 10, 14 days, I do think that the solar flash is gonna come right after that. It's just my gut feeling. But yeah, I don't claim to know it. I mean, how can we know it? This just never happened before. So we don't know exactly, first of all, when it's going to happen and how it's going to play out and all that. Last October, I had visions, and it was like combined a vision and like inner knowing, you can say, of like the solar flash. The window was like that is behind there. I was standing in there in the kitchen area. My interpretation of what happened is that I was traveling in time. I'm not a time traveler, but time does not exist, right? Uh, we have different opinion about that, and that's cool. But according to me, time does not exist, and so we can go back and forth in time. So I do think that's is what happened to me. So I see this like telepathic vision that I'm looking outside the window and it's daylight. It's 100% daylight. And I knew that most of the people who were like outside on Iceland were asleep. And I just say Iceland because I live there. And so I'm just talking about my country right now. And so I knew they were all like mostly asleep, but I was awake at that time point, And we know that when the big solar flash is going to happen, that the majority of the people are going to be asleep because they're gonna get those massive downloads in them, and they have to just be sleeping. If they wouldn't be sleeping, it will basically kind of kill them. So it's this natural process that the body is gonna react that. It's going to like feel sleepy, and therefore they will just sleep. Yeah, that's gonna happen. So, except for like some people who have had like a lot of solar flares happening to them, downloads. It's also called downloads. They've had that happen for like months or years. So they are not in the same place as the sleepers or the people who haven't been getting so much of that. So they are not going to be sleeping as much during this time. Anyway, so I was having this vision, and while I was like looking outside, and I was having this like, okay, the solar flash is going on, and I'm awake, and I'm basically moving in time. I'm positive that I was doing that. So okay. Um. And I had this twice. This was around the middle of October last year, and I was living in this flat here, and I do think it is imminent. I do think it's gonna be soon. It's just like a feeling that I've had for a long time now, and particularly after this, I just described this that I just experienced. So, but then again, let's just see what's gonna happen, how it's gonna play out. We don't know how it's gonna play out. We don't know when it's gonna happen. Even though this and that person is saying, "Oh, it's most likely gonna be imminent," or la 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 la. And yeah, but like today, I was, and I had heard this before that the solar flash, the big one, the big one that we're waiting for, it has been delayed because, oh, not because, sorry, just it has been delayed. It should have happened already, and it has like they have been holding on to it. I don't know if that's possible, but I guess that I don't know who controls it. Is it God? No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. I don't think the white hats can do anything about that. Just saying, I don't know how this 100% works, but I do think that is the case, that it has been held back, that the big solar flash hasn't happened yet. I do really think so. So I also heard that it was supposed to have happened, and so, but we'll see. Maybe I'm just gonna like explain a little what exactly is gonna happen when the big solar flash is gonna happen. Okay, few people have like said, "Oh, it's gonna be like that," or "It's gonna be like that." It's gonna be like that. I think, well, kind of like just what I already said, that I don't try to know exactly how it's gonna play out. It's just, you can hear certain things, and then you can just form an opinion, or you get some messages and you just base that opinion on that, you can say. So just like the fact that I do think it's pretty imminent, I don't think it's after 3 years, for example, or 10 years. No way. So I do sorry think that okay, I do think it's gonna be like something that is gonna like hit the earth, but like smoothly. and it's gonna come like something is embracing us, and but then I get like sleepy and then fall asleep. And like I said previously, maybe 3 days. It's up to 3 days. Okay, first of all, also, this hasn't happened that for any one of us, unless you have a memory of your previous life. Just kidding. So, like, we don't know how exactly it's gonna play out, but I do think it's gonna most likely take 3 days, based on all the downloads that every one of us who have been having downloads and ascension symptoms and all that. I do think it's gonna take that long time, because it cannot take 1.5 minutes, like I've heard someone say, and then things are gonna be like over and we're gonna be all fully downloaded and we can go to 5D Earth. I don't think it's that simple. I do think it's gonna be taking some time. And also, I'm basing this on this. I'm basing it on like what makes sense to me and on my visions that I just describing. So I do think it's gonna be 3 days or so. Like I heard, you know. So I'm gonna say what's gonna happen. Like, and yeah, also like what I think is gonna happen is that the sleepers, they are going to be feeling rather asleep. So they will just go to a sofa and or a bed and just lay down and eventually fall asleep. Before that, though, our guides, spirit guides, our protectors, they are going to be making it sure for us that we are safe, we are at home, and if we would be like somewhere, like let's say if we would be traveling, that we would be going somewhere to a safe place during this transition time, during this time, because they are here first of all to protect us and help us, and this is a big moment in our life, and we need to be protected, and that is their job. You can say that's their job. Yeah, do you agree with me? No, I'm just kidding. We all have our guides, by the way. Some of us actually talk to. I just got a thumbs up from someone. Yeah, so I think they do agree with me. Some of us actually can't communicate to them. Some of us are that in tuned. So yeah, I did get a thumbs up from someone when I said that. That is so funny. Anyway, so yeah, we got our crew who helps us, who's gonna helping us in this time when it's happened. Because this is one of the most important moments in our lives. Because we are evolving as human beings. So that is what that is about. We are just evolving. That's why we're getting those ascension symptoms. And so yeah, they're gonna make sure that we are okay and we are home, and we should be at home. It's the best place to be when this will happen. And then okay, so yeah, up to 3 days. Um, let's say you fall into that category, 3 days, basically sleeping. You might feel, yeah, you're very tired. You will just fall asleep, but you will wake up in between and you will like go to the bathroom, you will like eat something, snack on something, have some water, and then basically you will just fall asleep again. Because this process is so much, and the downloads are so much that the body is under, how can I say this good in English? The I can't find the right words. The pressure on the body to receive all this info and downloads. Basically, it's like you're downloading a PC. It's so much that you have to be asleep. Otherwise, you maybe wouldn't make it. So the body's natural response is just so you can get those downloads. And once you will wake up, then you will feel different. You will feel more complete, maybe. You will know a lot more things. You will be like a little Wikipedia. You will be like a dictionary because you will just basically know everything. So many things. This is the time that we're going to be more like superhumans. I'm not talking about like we're gonna be like Superman and flying like with our capes, but some of us actually are gonna be a bit like that. But I just mean that we're gonna be more of a person, you know. All our 12 DNA strands are gonna be activated after the final solar flash. And we have just two, basically, that are activated working now, and the other 10 are in a dormant state. They are sleeping. And they were made this way from very bad people who did this long time ago. They manipulated our genes. Yeah, so they did that. So basically, what is happening is that we are getting our 100% bodies back the way it should be and the way it has been before. The people who were up on the Tartarian times, they were like that. They were more of superhumans. And some of us have been living on that time, and some of us even have memories of that. So, because I hear people say, like, what is this Tartarian thing? And why did they have the free energy there? And what's up with all that thing that they had there? That did all happen. All those people who have memories of that, of their past lives, they were never making that up. So, free energy, electric scooter, electric cars, and way more interesting things. You know, yeah, free energy. People actually did have free energy at that time. They got it from the roof, they took it from the ether, and there was no companies like are today who are selling us electricity. Sorry. There were no companies there selling internet. Oh yeah, we must have had the internet. We did actually, because we did have laptops and cell phones. There are pics, photos of people holding cell phones. And I've not seen anyone like with a laptop, but I've seen a lot of like, look at all those what do you call this in English? The pics that they made in stones, excuse me, who are looking of who are of people who obviously have laptops right in front of them. So what's up with that? History is a lie. It's a pure lie. And it's going to be revealed very soon. Everything that was a lie. And we will get our free electricity also again. Seriously, we will do that. And we will not have to pay for the internet also again. Starlink internet. So, yeah, Starlink is coming. It actually already is up. Some people already have it. I know of a Swedish woman who has it, but at the moment you have to pay for it. So she lives in a rural area in Sweden, and she told me that the internet connection is way better there instead of the ones she had before. So yeah, Starlink is going to dominate and take over all the internet, the worldwide. Whoops, maybe I shouldn't say that because I know how this platform here works. Um, the old net. It's gonna go away, like go away. And Starlink is. I should have been more careful. I forgot where I was actually. Yeah, that's not good. Because yeah, don't forget that they are censoring us all the time. Yeah, they censor so much. For people who don't know what that is about, I can tell you of a guy that I've been following for a while, pretty early in this shit show. And I say shit show of the people who are awake and know what's going on. Um, Maybe I found him like 3 years ago. And just the other day, I saw he said, "Oh, this is my 40th, sixth uh, page on FB. I can't say that right here. Facebook. Yeah, 40th, sixth. Isn't that unbelievable? Yeah, and that's a very awake individual, someone who makes is a filmmaker. Used to be in Hollywood. Uh, okay, so back to the solar glass. So yeah, the thing is like this. Yeah, just yeah. I kind of like just want to say that I do have advice when solar plus happens. That when you feel or know from someone that solar plus is coming, the big one that we're waiting for, do get yourself ready at your home or go to home, or your guides will just guide you home. They will let something happen so you will go home and be there. Trust me, it's gonna be something like that. I do think this is the biblical part also. It's gonna be like we're gonna be helped because no way if you won't listen, I'm sure they will just interact with you and just let you go home. Yeah, I just yeah. So then go to like a sofa or a comfortable chair where you could like maybe just lay on or go to your bed and have something to drink, water, snack, and have it settled like that. Lock the doors to your flat or house. Lock, close the windows. I will close the windows. That's just my advice. I'm gonna explain why. And lock the doors to everywhere, to the garden or the balcony. There, okay. A lot of things have been said, like, why do that and that and that. I do think something, let's just say weird, might happen outside. So it's better to lock all the doors because you will first of all be sleeping and you won't. If something might happen, you won't be able to hear it or know it because you'll be in that much deep of sleep, right? Sorry. So that is what's gonna happen, and I advise also not to go outside, not on a balcony, not in a garden, not on the streets. Um, I just think it's better. Um, Once this final blow happens, it's gonna destroy all the evilness in the world. So that's why kind of like it is has been said, and I believe that it's better to just stay inside and not to yeah, you don't want to bump into shadow people or devils or because this is the last how can I say this? this is going to be their last chance. Once everything evil and bad is going to be wiped away with this solar flash, it's going to kill them, and like sweep them away to somewhere else. So that's what's going to happen as well. It's a game changer, actually. So yeah, that's what is going to go happen. So yeah, therefore I like really do think you should do that. I said certain things in the Icelandic version about that, like there's this one woman who was like, "Oh, you should put some oil around your window so nothing can slide in from the outside." And she also says like, "Oh, like put like some black plastic bags or something, cover all your windows so you don't see outside." Okay, I personally am not gonna be doing that, and I am gonna crack the window if I will need some air. I am gonna do that instead of like not for 3 days. So I'll just take the consequences. Then I will just like close the window, you know. But I will just to make sure what I said. I will not leave it open and then fall asleep. So yeah, I do. I do think people should do like that. But I also do think do what makes sense to you. You know, even though I say this and that, you should just feel inside of you. Your gut instinct should just tell you what you should do. It's always like that in this shit story that's been going on for some years now. That we should always make up our own mind what makes sense to us, like how we should execute everything. I do really think so. So yeah, I'm looking at everything that you can see behind me. I have a little teddy here. Actually, it's an ugly doll. Uh, uh, actually, it's a pillow. You can say it's a pillow. It's not. Yeah, it is a stuffed animal, but yeah, but it's a pillow. I use it as a pillow because it looks like a pillow. It is a pillow. And it's a nice color. I like light blue. Can you tell? So yeah, solar flash. Anything more? Yeah, just that. Oh yeah, and very important. They say don't wake up the others. Don't wake them up. Let them sleep and let them wake up when they want to wake up. Because the body will know when to wake up, and you do not want to interrupt this process. Unless you see them just having some kind of physical issue, then you should, of course, wake them up. But in generally, don't do that. This is all very different between individuals. Like, some of us have had a lot of downloads already. We're not going to be sleeping 3 days, basically. Like, I'm one of those. I will not be asleep for so much time. I do think so. But let's just see what's going to happen, though. Hello, person who's watching. Okay, the person went away, I think. So, yeah. And that's why probably I was awake in this vision that I had, that I knew everyone was like, basically everyone was asleep. And yeah, that was a little surreal feeling I had at the same time there. I was like, oh my God, everyone is basically asleep. It was so funny. Anyway, yeah. And so when people wake up, everyone, after this massive downloads. It's the end of the ascension symptoms. I'm about to sneeze. It's the end of the ascension symptoms. It's the final blow. Then I'm gonna sneeze. Or not. Disappeared. Okay, we are going to remember our previous lives, and we're just gonna be in the know about a lot of things. We're gonna be more of a superhumans, like already said, and they say that we're gonna see colors differently. Yeah, and we'll basically be telepathic. I don't know if everyone will be like that, but yeah. So, and the final Soul Plus, the last one that we're waiting for, the big one, I mean, that is, I guess, going to put us in 5D Earth. So, yeah. But some of us are already jumping between, you can say, because it's basically just a frequency. And I'm doing that. I'm sometimes in 5D, and I've always basically been able to peek in there. And then I come down to 3D, and I'm a little like, you know, sometimes I'm like, because I'm so tired of this 3D matrix thing, I can't wait until we're all shipped, you know. And my country, and for the ones who might be watching, Iceland is a very, very sleepy country. Extremely sleepy country. Mm, the bioweapon thing, it was extremely successful in this country. So we have a lot of damage. And so that is going to take some time to work to fix. Unfortunately, they did very well in this country of that. I think people know what I'm talking about. I guess I have to talk in code about this. I can't say exactly what that is. So yeah, and I'm one of those also. I can see in the eyes of the people who have been fucked up this way, who are not okay. Because you see, they're not there 100%. Their soul is like gone. I see it also just when I'm looking at pics of strangers. I'm seeing like, oh my god, this person is like fucked up that way. And so yeah. Um and also I'm rather in tune person, rather psychic. I don't like that word. Yeah, in tuned. What's the word? Yeah, in tuned. So I might be in my flat and it's late and I can hear the people who are asleep because I'm telepathic. I hear them when they are maybe screaming in their sleep. And the people who have gotten this thing in their ear, like there's a young woman I know. She was screaming and wondering what the fuck. No, she didn't say fuck. She was wondering what was going on, and she was scared. And she was like, she didn't understand really what was going on. I heard that because I can hear like that. And we've heard of stories of the ones who did get that. And I really rather want to reveal this because I would like for people to know what has been going on. And So that someone told me here in Iceland that that he knows a person who dreamt that they had like the head of some kind of animal. So like themselves, and they had another, like their head was not their head. It was like, which animal was it? But it was kind of demonic, some kind of like a bull or something, and it had horns. And another person, yeah, that was the dream. So, and I'm gonna explain what's going on with those people. The thing is, like, the soul has, this thing, it has a tendency to separate the soul from, I don't know how to say this, from the rest. So when they're asleep, they either get more attacked and they're not, it's like a part of their soul is gone. They're not 100% there. And I see it. When I look into their eyes, I just see they're not fully there. And I doubt that they themselves know necessarily what's going on. Maybe they know, they can feel something is going on. I don't know. I have not asked them. But I do see something is going on. And I'm someone who actually have really good eyes. I see really good. I see if I'm looking at a clone. I can look at pics, and I see if a person, I can look at a photo and I can see if a person is deceased or alive. I've always been like this. So that's why, yeah, I can like, I have really good eyes. I see, because I've just noticed that, because we're constantly talking about this, the awake community, and I've noticed that I seem to have extremely good eyes in consider of the next person. So yeah, and yeah. So anyway, and all those health issues, of course, that the people have. For those who don't know what the thing here did to those people, you're up for a very rude awakening. And if you have lost someone, and it was because of that, and you will learn that later, I feel you have all my sympathy. We knew all along what was going on, and we tried to warn our loved ones. They did not listen. I have relatives who are fucked up, and I hope they're gonna be fine until this gets disclosed, and all the people will get help. So yeah. Anyway, this, of course, is nothing that we do have control of, and I personally have, let's say, realized that a long time ago that this is not something that we can control our loved ones. They chose to not to listen to us. They chose to do what they wanted to do. They chose to just follow what the fake media and everyone else, the authorities and so on, advised them to do. And they also, they thought they were doing the right thing. I personally can never blame them, and I will that's, yeah. And I know a lot of us, like here in my country and elsewhere, but particularly in my country, they are very angry at those people and they're like, also, they're not like on the place that I just described. The way I have been dealing with this is that this is out of our control. This is spiritual shit. They have just decided to do like that, and maybe they will just eventually leave. There's nothing we can do about that, you know. So, but a lot of people here who are awake on Iceland, they have not realized this, and they're still desperate. And I've chosen not personally to go through that route because I'm not like that. I just know it's a one spiritual thing, and this is nothing we can control. So, and this was leading to something that I've forgotten. So, yeah, but yeah, but yeah, the everyone eventually will get help with their damage. Everyone. So those people who will then brutally know the truth, they will eventually be helped by everyone. No, by people, by the people. So but yeah, I kind of like just also want to say I was in the middle of that I just do understand that it's a soul choice what you do, and you can't wake up some people. Some people will not awake, and some people will not ever. Excuse me. Will not ever awake. It's just the way it is. It's just the way I realized a long time ago also. So I've chosen like not to be too desperate because I know there are things that we cannot control. And I don't want to make this too personal, like to say too much because it's a very small country and my relatives also might what's this and so on. I hope not though. And but it doesn't matter what you've said, how you've said it. If you have used psychology and reverse psychology, and if you have used other people to say things, that is because we're all over the world, of course, talking about this. It doesn't matter. They will not fucking wake up. They will not realize what's going on. It doesn't matter if it was about the banking, if it was about this here, if it was about the masks, if it was about stand up and like, this is wrong, don't do this, don't do this. It doesn't matter. They will not listen to you. You're just you're in a cult, or like what? Yeah, cult, exactly. um it's just everything else might be the thing that, instead of this being the truth, even though you have everything, you prove everything that you say. I have proven everything that I've said to everyone. Sorry. But no, it's a lie. It's a lie. And why hasn't it happened already? And then you try to tell them that, okay, yeah, they actually have listened to that. Yeah, that you're not the one doing this. That is what the white people are doing. And yeah, you talked about this 2 years ago. Why hasn't it happened? Yeah, so they just use that to like have something on you. They don't understand. They don't know what's going on, and that's why they can't understand what is going on. But yeah, they will get it once the martial law and so on will happen in all the countries in the world at the same time. So yeah. But yeah, I want a little go. I know I'm talking about a little like broad things, but I just, since I was live, and I might just, if some people might benefit from this and from this knowledge and so on. I want to say that a lot of people are thinking the big solar flare might happen Maybe this weekend, but we'll see. um, but I do think it's gonna come in connection with the martial law and the staying in part, which is 10, 14 days, right? So those of us who know what I'm talking about, they know what exactly I'm talking about. So I do think it's gonna come after that, actually. I have to say. So I personally prepared for 14 days plus 3 days of food and everything. I'm prepared for something like that. It has been my gut feeling for a long time now. Yeah, I do think it's gonna play out like that. But let's also just see. Uh, First of all, I don't claim to know. Not we don't control it. It's out of our control. But yeah, I would like to still who controls it? Who controls when the big solar blast happens? Is that the aliens or is it God? Or yeah, who is it? No, I'm just kidding. Um yeah, I would still like to know if it's controllable or not. But anyway, I do think that the aliens are in some control of it. I mean, they are helping us ascend. They're helping us to rise up. They came here to do that, and I do talk a bit to the Arcturians sometimes, or let's just say they'd rather come and talk to me. So it's not like a lot of conversation going on. I'm not one of those people, but yeah, they do, and yeah, they are amazing. What I've seen. I also have a little connection with the Pleiadians. Um, I'm a starseed, yes, of course. I don't know where I'm from. Maybe Pleiadians, I don't know. But yeah, there has been a connection with the Arcturians for a long time. Let's just say that. And when I see them, for those who are interested, I see them like because I'm like that. That I read people's energy. I read them how they are, and uh, they're just something else. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome when they're gonna all the other species and maybe advanced humans are going to step on Earth and join us and help us more. So, and the time will come. I don't think it's gonna be too long until that might happen. Oh my god, it's getting 4 a.m. here. Okay. um, I don't think there is anything else that I kind of like want to touch on. Um, I just want to say though that okay, I do think the solar flux is imminent. So I would advise anyone who might see this to prepare for that. 3 days. And the martial law is imminent too. So 10, 14 days in countries that are not too difficult, like my country, Iceland. It's most likely not going to be more than just 2 weeks. Yeah. So for anyone who is an Icelander, particularly those ones, because those infos are not floating enough around here. Um, 10, 14 days food, water. Well, actually, we do drink our tap water, so we don't need water in bottles. We don't usually buy that. It's just yeah, that is just me because I drink out of a bottle sometimes too, and I bring it with me. But yeah, and actually I do sometimes buy them in the stores. I just want to say, when I'm buying like this, the Icelanders, they think I'm nuts because yeah, it's not a custom here. So now you know one more thing about Iceland if you're not an Icelander, you're watching that. Because yeah, we actually have a lovely water and from our tap, and it is drinkable. It is drinkable. And I've lived in two other countries in Europe, and we're not that fortunate there. So it's special here. Yeah. Anyway, um, we when the martial law will happen, I want just to use the opportunity to just put that in here. I do think the electricity for a few hours, but then it will come back on. Electricity, so therefore it would be good to have LED lights, candles, matches, power banks for your cell phones and laptops. Sorry, and but then the power will come back on. The internet will go away too. I didn't want to say it, but I can add it when it's live. And I advise also to just follow the military's order. Don't try to be a smartass. Follow everything that they say, then you're good. And we are good. And they are doing this for us, okay? But in the operation that is going to be happening, don't try to be outside. You will get in trouble. Okay, I'm not going to say more about that. Not this time on here. And yeah, I think that's it. I just want to say that the current situation, it's the 11th May, getting 4 a.m. We don't have an army on Iceland. We don't have, no one has to do army service here on Iceland. So we have others, generally speaking, usually, I mean, other countries who protect us, and they come here and fly over the country or whatever. And but it's a rather, you can say, a safe country. You know, we don't need a lot of, yeah, it's a different kind of country, you can say. So, but having said that, we're having right now 6 military ships in the harbor here in Reykjavik City, where I'm living in, capital. So in one harbor there are 4. There are 2 NATO ships. There's 1 German and 1 France. I was there. I was taking a little peek. And in the other harbor, which is downtown, I saw there's a Spanish one, and I don't know where the other one was from. Like, I didn't go there. I just couldn't see it on cam. So let's hope they are here to do the final thing that we've been waiting for. I don't know, but I sure do hope so. And those ships are massive. They're really big, particularly the NATO ones. And I still want to say that we have been having ships, military ships here, for 4 or 5 years, and they are doing all kinds of things in concern of this big operation that we know about. So this is nothing new, but they are rather many and big now, and we are waiting for the final, shit to go down. So maybe if we are lucky, they are here for that. They came Friday. So this I want to say to everyone who is waiting for this shit. And yeah, they might find this interesting info. Yeah, I think that's it. Anything in concern of the... No, just stuck up on your things. Don't wait. Do it now. It's imminent. Do it now. Everything that you might need, also for your pets. And take out cash, because you know we're gonna change into another system. And you know what kind of a system. Okay, maybe if we are unlucky, we have to wait until next week, like Monday. I'm not saying it's necessarily gonna happen today, like Saturday, but I'm just saying it's pretty soon. Pretty soon. And the sooner the better. Okay, everyone have a fabulous weekend there, and yeah, take care.